The National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools (NAPS) Edo State Chapter has called the attention of Governor Monday Okpehobolo to the sudden and arbitrary tax increment imposed on private school owners in Edo State. BTV News Osaroge Agbobo report that the NAPS chairman, Edo State Chapter, Dr. Lemmy Russell, made the appeal to the governor during a press briefing with journalists at the Secretariat on Sakbomba Road in Benin City. The report.
Gathered here at the Secretariat of NAPS in Edo State are proprietors of various private schools in the state. Addressing journalists, the chairman of Edo State Chapter of the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, Dr. Lemmy Russell, said the briefing was necessary to draw Governor Okpehobolo's attention to the over 300% sudden and arbitrary tax increment imposed on private school owners in Edo State. He added that the press briefing followed the circular published by the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Communication, Honorable Paul Uwombamu, on March 18, 2025, and with the personal income tax assessment distributed to private schools owners. Dr. Russell appealed to the governor to intervene as the over 300% increment on private school would negatively affect the economic situation of parents, forcing all private schools to increase their fees so as to stay in operation.
A circular published by the Honorable Commissioner of Information, Honorable Paul Uwombamu, on the 18th of March 2025, coupled with recent personal income tax assessment distributed to private schools, we choose to put together this press conference to quickly clear the air on propaganda and rumor that have been circulating around government circles. I want to also use this medium to draw the attention of the Executive Governor, Senator Monday Okpehobolo, of the sudden and arbitrary tax increment imposed on private schools in Edo State. The running of a school is not a business per se, but a social service. But we pay tax, and we will continue to pay tax. From our understanding about taxation, taxes are to be generated from profits made from the business. But we suddenly noticed that the benchmark that have been placed on all schools in Edo State, both rural and urban, has been set at 30,000 naira for nursery schools, 35,000 naira for primary schools, and 40,000 naira for secondary schools.
Dr. Lemmy Russell added that their prayers is for Governor Monday Okpehobolo to help them reach out to the Board of Internal Revenue Service so that they can ease their stance toward private schools. And secondly, that the increment on personal income taxes for private school owners should be between 5% to 10%.
So what we see actually is the fact that figures obtained are assumed to be taken from our profit, but however, we understand that they are not considering several other items that have also been imposed on private schools. And we have several of them, like environmental levies, government levies, local government levies, signage, approval renewal, utility bills. All these are bills that they don't care about, and they tell us that it's not their business. But however, considering manifesto of the dear governor, Senator Monday Okpehobolo, towards the good people of Edo State, we are afraid that their adoption of arbitrary taxes of over 30% increment on private schools will negatively affect the economic situation of parents. Because of this, all private schools will increase their fees so as to stay in operation, and this will not speak well about this present administration of our dear governor. We appeal that the governor should help us to reach out to the Board of Internal Revenue and help us request that they sheath the sword towards private schools in Edo State. Secondly, we appeal that the increments on our personal income taxes for private school owners should be between 5% to 10% of the previous, talking about 2024 to 2025.
In an interview with journalists, some proprietors of private schools, Peter Okumbowa, Matthew Omoragbon, and Mrs. Oji Ozegbe Azuka, expressed their displeasure over the outrageous tax increment, stating that they cannot afford it and appeal to the governor to intervene.
Here in my hand is a document, a history of my tax payment, calibrated on my tax clearance certificate from 2021. As you can see there, in 2021, my total tax assessment was 300,000. That was what I paid to the Board of Internal Revenue as tax. In 2022, my total tax was 518,000. In 2023, my total tax was 550,000. You see that it has been progressively moving on a quantum leap that will suggest perhaps progress.
I would want to say that with greater respect to the administration of Governor Okpehobolo, it is a sense of insensitivity to the school proprietors. School proprietorship contributes so much to the development of this state. In fact, after the government, the next people that employ people in this state are the school owners, and they need encouragement. They need to be encouraged to do more instead of discouraging them by outrageous increment in their taxes. It's not helpful to them at all. That's why we have to cry out that the government should listen. Listen to the people. It's a very listening governor, Spider governor, that should help us.
We're actually not very happy about what is going on in the state. The kind of new tax they are serving schools is like they are telling us we should close. Because if we implement what they are trying to make us implement, we make enemies of all the parents around us. Many of them in the offices don't know what we go through. We are the ones that see the children come in the morning. We are the ones that see the children who are sick when they come and you give them paracetamol, call their parents. We are the more ones that see how many times we have to call some parents and they'll be paying their school fees in bits, begging you each time, explaining, my child is sick or my husband is late, and different things they present to us. So we know the face of the parents we are dealing with.
The private school owners in those states are hopeful that Governor Monday Okpehobolo will intervene and review the over 300% tax increment imposed on them. Osarogie Agwebo reporting for BTV News.